This video is going to demonstrate straight leg catches. So I have two J hooks set up here with band tension. The band tension that you use is going to be determined by how strong you can kick and how strong you can deflect that kick. So I have a strong and an average band on here, but this could you could start lower or heavier. The distance from the floor, you need to be in some hip flexion, and we are actually going to be lying down like this, so this isn't very much hip flexion at all, but you can kind of decide on the parameters. I will program some stipulations around height if we need to take range of motion into consideration, but if not, this is like 1.5 feet off the floor. Probably like where I would set up like my RDLs, like mid shin, for instance. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be pushing, basically kicking down into this band tension. And so I'm using my hamstring big time because I'm trying to accelerate my leg towards the floor. It's going to get stopped by the band tension. Now, the rest of my body needs to be fairly stiff, right? So I'm going to lock this right leg in by squeezing my quad, flexing my foot, and kind of gently just driving my knee down, or excuse me, my heel down. And then I'm gonna gently kind of chuck my tailbone under. And if you need to be braced out here, where you're kind of like giving yourself purchase in the floor, that's a good idea as well. So the intent here is that this leg is gonna slam down into the band, and then of course the band is gonna wanna bounce us back up this direction, but I want to stop my hip from traveling into hip flexion. Okay, I want to put the brakes on via squeezing this stuff and this stuff so that when the band rebounds my leg, I really don't travel very far. So to make it more challenging, of course, I want to get more spring down so that it tries to repel me harder, and then my effort to stop that repelling behavior will have to be harder as well. So this is what it's going to look like. So the goal would be to have nice, crisp stopping as your leg comes up, hips traveling this direction, you're squeezing, locking out the knee. I also like to flex the foot hard and kind of send the heel away from me because that really helps me feel just like length and stuff on the backside. But the goal of this exercise is to train connective tissue stiffness. This is kind of like a global movement, but you're gonna get some hip flexor stuff, you're gonna get some hamstring stuff. There's other setups that are a little bit more specific, but this is a good place to start.